So welcome back to the stall. Of course, I'm Jenilee, and this is...
I'm Cass. Nice to see you guys again.
Oh, fabulous that you're here. And you're so chipper because I know you've had... Chipper! Because I know you've had a really rough time lately, girlfriend.
Oh, yeah. I've had enough times for the entire year. I'm good. I've had enough life lessons.
Ooh, come on in.
Let's get down and dirty.
The totally unfiltered, honest...
Up to my brain.
I love your brain.
Stall talk.
Stall talk.
Y'all ready? So little updates.
Yes, please.
Let's see. I'm still living on the couch at Maddie and Annalise's house. My items are all at Kaylin and Alexis's living room, and all of my children are with my dad, and all of my necessities are in my car.
Your fur babies being your children.
Yes, heck yeah, my dogs and my frogs.
Yeah, your dogs and your frogs.
Yeah.
But you're so, because I know if I could be so honest, which I think we are here, right? That, I mean, last week you were just in tears. It was so, and today you look so happy and vibrant.
Thank
Is
you.
that because you've settled into it? Is that because... Yeah.
That is a really good question. Why am I feeling... Honestly, I feel like at the beginning, I was seeing all of like the negative and feeling down and sorry for myself. And I felt just really dumb. But now I'm like finally seeing like the positive in it.
Okay.
And from the situation that happened, I feel like it's the best thing that could have happened to me.
See, my sister calls me Pollyanna because I'm so grateful. I'm so lucky that I firmly believe, 1000% of me believes everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
Right? And it just will know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. And do you really feel that too?
Honestly, I feel like this has also really helped me grow up in a way. It felt like the rug, what is it? Swept under the rug, or what's the phrase?
The rug lifted out from underneath your feet.
There we go. There we go. Or like when you sweep the crumbs under the refrigerator. But yeah, basically that's what happened to me. It felt like my whole world was just like in shambles. And it really had me grow up. I've made a lot of changes. I toured like 50 apartments in a week. In a week, girl. I was going back to back to back.
And you haven't found one yet?
So actually, the reason why I feel like I'm also a little chipper today is because I'm actually really nervous because I applied to one place that I fell in love with. I really, really, really like it after touring 50 places. There was one that I liked, and I put in an application, and I spoke to the property manager yesterday. It's between me and one other applicant, and she told me that she's going to call me today, anytime today. So I literally like have my phone sitting here, just like waiting for the phone call because I'm really nervous, but I'm at the point where I'm like, it's out of my control. There's nothing I can do at this point. If it's meant for me, it'll be for me. And if it's not meant for me, and if she tells me I didn't get it, that just means that there's a better place out there that's not even on the market that I will end up living in eventually. So either way,
there you go.
It's going to be positive whether I get it or not.
Yeah. We were talking earlier too, like, and I thought we might share it here in the stall, is advice and who we lean into when we are down, when we're so
weeks full of that.
I know that I have spoken to before that I'll talk to a sister, my sister, but then I also thought, who else is in my life? And I thought, because I thought, my sister's one that I go to, but I thought, no, I also will go to, like I have one girlfriend that's also a doctor, so I'll lean into her, and she also knows my family, so I'll lean into her for those kind of things. And I even have like an animal girlfriend that's over the top animals, so I'll lean into her. But what do you do? Who do you go to?
I think that's really cool that you have different people for different types of advice, because I'm the exact same way. I have my best girlfriends that I go to when I want to cry and be sad. When I need like adults and like financial advice, I go to my uncle and my dad. when I need a shoulder to cry on or someone to just let me rant and be there for me, I go to my aunt or my cousin Laura. I have so many wonderful people in my life that I'm able to go to. It's really great for all sorts of different things.
See?
And my cousin Rebecca, when I'm having like body questions, like womanly, adulty body questions, I'll text my cousin Rebecca and I'll be like, is this normal? So it's like, it's nice to have all these different people in our lives for different things.
Well, we have a fabulous guest today because someone's coming. Yeah,
So
I know.
excited.
I'm so excited because my bestie, so important. And also, he's my certified hairapist.
Ooh.
He knows it all.
I love that. I'm so excited to meet him.
Stay tuned.
Today we have Luis Martinez, wig maker extraordinaire. How are you doing today?
I'm doing so well. Thank you both for having me. I'm so super excited to be
We're
here.
so excited to have this conversation today.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have realized that with your love for theatre, there's been this passion for wig styling. I'm so curious to find out, where did that all come from?
It started out probably when I was either 7, when I was with my nanny. She has his daughter, and she had this trunk full of Barbies. I loved playing with her Barbies, and I would always cut the hair, grab a Sharpie, and just like paint over it, and then I would get in trouble because it wouldn't grow back, it wouldn't wash out, so then I couldn't play with her Barbies anymore. But when I was 10, my mom noticed that I have this kind of weird photographic memory. So whenever she went to the salon, I would always tag along, and she would give me this signal. She'd be like, watch what they're doing. So I would watch the stylist do my mom's hair, and then later she would ask me if I could give her a little blow dry. And I said yes. And I loved it. So 10-year-old me giving my mom a little blow dry. My mom has short curly hair, so it was super easy. And I think from there, my love of styling came, that's where it was born.
Right.
When I was 10, doing my mom's hair, and then having my theater background and doing shows and performing, I was always fascinated with the wigs and the wig designer for that show. So when I was in West Side Story, there was a wig designer there by the name of Gary Perot, and I was just so in awe. I was always hanging out in the wig room, asking questions, trying to see if I can help in any way. And then when he was telling me, if you love theater and if you love hair, you should do wigs. You get the best of both worlds.
Right.
I'm like,
Mind blown.
mind blowing. I was like, are you serious? So I asked if you need an intern or an assistant. I'm very interested. This is 18-year-old me.
Wow.
And from there, he asked if I could help him out with Hairspray, a big show.
Oh, wow.
And he taught me everything, how to make them, style them, how to design a show, how to do fittings.
That's incredible.
A great mentor for me. And then when he retired, I kind of took over the department.
Okay, Miss Thing. I love that.
So would you say that 18-year-old self, that was the defining moment of when you thought that wig styling could be a career for you?
Oh, 100%. Because I was still performing at that time, and I still loved doing both. So I was almost still performing and still dancing while transitioning into more production and behind the scenes, which I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love being in front, and I love being in the back. Put me wherever.
I think it's so cool that you found your passion at like 10 years old. I feel like so many people like are still trying to figure it out, like me. So that is
you.
very cool. I'm really curious about, how do you approach working with celebrity clients versus other clients?
You know what? I approach it the same way. I feel like I try not to treat them any different. We're all people, we're all here to work, we're all here to put on a great show. And I think that is the great mentality that we all have when we're all in a production together. We all have the same goal. Putting on a great show for the audience. It's for the audience. It's to make sure that they're having an enjoyable experience and that we're all telling a great story.
Exactly.
What has been one of the best great stories from one of your celebrity clients' hairstyling?
Probably, okay, I don't want to name drop. But
Please do.
We love a name drop.
We
on
do.
Salt On.
I worked with Gloria Estefan.
Ooh.
Very cool.
And she is fabulous. Being around her is like being around family. We like would speak Spanglish to each other, and we would
Yo
just like
también.
talk about everything, literally de todo. And it was fun, and she gave me the best advice. She was like, just keep smiling and keep having that passion, and everything will just fall into place. I was like, wow, what drama there, but it was more of a passionate advice, and I'm such a passionate person about everything. I put my heart and soul into everything I touch because I believe that with passion, the true intentions are shown, and we're all stars.
I'm curious, what have been your biggest struggles being in the industry?
Probably, I think the biggest struggle right now in the industry is, I think, getting a job in the industry. You know, I feel like right now it's so knit tight that if you're not a part of a production already, I'm noticing they tend to recycle a lot of the crew. So I feel really sad for some people, like these new students that are graduating and want to get into the industry, and it's so hard, and it's so hard to get in, and it's really about who you know, and just really doing a lot of free work and getting your name out there and really hustling. And the more you hustle with that passion that you have behind you, I feel like opportunities will present itself, but you gotta be passionate. You gotta have the drive, and you can't let go. You can't give up. Even if it seems like everything's crumbling down, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. No matter how far that or deep that tunnel is, it's there. Just keep going, and I promise you that it will get better for anyone that's trying to get in.
Yeah.
And with that struggle, I feel that once I got in, I felt like I needed to open the door for everyone else that wants to get in. So I'm all about bringing people on and giving them that experience and see if they really want it. Because once they're in, it's up to them, to like really go for it and to really try to, give it their all and really conquer this industry, because it's hard.
Speaking of these deep holes, no pun intended, I'm really curious. Have you heard the term like Hairapy or Hairapist?
Yes.
What is that like?
I call myself a Hairapist. Whenever my client is sitting in my chair and they're with me for a couple of hours, we go deep and we go hard and we go so passionate and so personal, and we talk about everything under the sun with like sex, fashion, parties, gossip.
It's like your own stall talk.
Literally, it's the best, and having that connection with them is it gets a little emotional sometimes.
Of course.
We both are crying. The other day, one of my clients was crying to me because her daughter got broken up, and we hate the guy. He's an awful person.
Boy, bye.
Seriously, insecure, red flag, has flip-flops all day. You know what I'm talking about.
Flip-flops.
And seeing her that vulnerable made me feel very lucky that she was able to open up to me that way. Because it's hard, to be vulnerable while your extensions are out or while you have foils in your hair and you don't look like yourself. You're in this cocoon stage, if you will. And having that connection, I feel like makes the hair process even better.
I love that. And so that vulnerability that you're able to bring out of your clients, are you sharing yourself as well that deeply? Because
yes.
I like that.
I'm a tit for tat.
Back and forth.
Right.
Yeah, I'm a tit for tat. So if you're going to tell me drama, I'm going to tell you drama. If you're going to cry, I'm going to cry with you. It's a journey. And while your hair's processing, I will tell you about how my sister threw me away in the trash can when I came home from the hospital when I was born. Because she was like, I'm not having a brother.
Wait, what?
Oh my
The
God.
actual trash can?
She took me out of my crib and she's like, there you go.
How old
And
was
then-
she?
She was 8 and I was like 3 days old.
Oh,
So what's your guys' relationship like
We're
now?
best friends now. As adults, we
I'm
are.
You better watch your back.
right.
know,
I'm
right?
shook right now.
Like,
That's heavy. That's a heavy story.
But looking back on it now, it's so sibling rivalry.
Of course.
And we never fought as kids because my mom, coming from a very Latino strict household, we knew respect.
Right.
All about respect. So my sister was older, so I had to respect my sister, even though she threw me away. But
The rejection.
Yeah. I know. But now she's great, and she has 3 beautiful daughters. I do all of their hair, and I love her.
Wow. I'm curious to know about the salon that you've just opened with your partner.
Yes.
tell
So
us.
we are brand spanking new. We our salon is called Post Martinez Studio in Thousand Oaks, California. And it's a very private hair studio. It's not like a typical salon where you walk in, there's chairs everywhere, mirrors everywhere. It's very cozy. It's very intimate. And I feel lucky that we created this space for our clients because it's mainly for them, for them to be vulnerable and not feel like everyone is listening in, you know? And I work with a lot of clients that have toppers, extensions, hair pieces. So giving them that sense of privacy is amazing, you know, because they can really just, you know, let loose, take off their wig and
Be themselves.
Be themselves,
Yeah.
you know, in a very safe environment. And that's the vibe that we love to have is safe.
I love
We want
that.
everyone
the
to feel safe.
Safety. Huge
What's
thing.
it like working with your partner every day?
Oh, well, our space is great. It's huge. So he has his room
There's
and I have
enough
my
distance.
room.
Okay.
Yeah. We have our own rooms. I got new bed sheets.
I love these juicy details. Tell us more.
So in his room,
I
it's
love
very extension orientated. In my room, it's very wig orientated. But it has its challenges, you know, living together, working together, opening a business together, seeing him 24/7. You know, it can get a lot. So when we're there, we do keep our distance because we're there to work, you know. But then when we're in the back room, we'll both like freak out, like, oh my God, my client's hair is in process. Like, what do we do? You know, and then we just brainstorm with each other and we can bounce ideas off of one another, which is great. Because I feel like sometimes when you work with another colleague in the same industry, it can get a little competitive. You know what I mean? And luckily for us, we have the same goal, which is having a great business for our clients, working together. We're kind of like a great 2-for-1 kind of a deal. Sometimes he'll do the color and I'll do the blow dries. And we'll tag team like that. And that's where I feel like we work really great together as a team, as instead of, oh, I'm competing. I have more clients than you. I'm going on this more than you. You know what I mean?
I love that
it's more,
relationship.
it's more like we're a team than
Yeah.
competitive.
You have the same vision.
We have the same vision. And this was our goal and our dream, you know? And now that we have this place, we call it PMS for Post Martinez Studios.
I'm so going to visit that.
I'm like, I know you said it was private, but
Yeah.
maybe one day we can get in there.
Please, I would love to give you guys a tour. It's amazing. We have a
Right.
fully stocked retail room. And we have all the best products. So come
We need
by.
to go, Cass.
That sounds really
We're
fun.
definitely going to go. I have a question. Can you tell us how you and your partner met?
Oh,
I love your reactions.
So Daniel is his name. We met through a mutual friend. She was like, I know 2 gay guys, they have to meet. So she introduced us, and when I met him, I thought he was like so beautiful. And our first date was we saw a movie, and it was House of Wax with Paris Hilton, and we just wanted to see her. And then after the movie, we like talked for like 6 hours. It was like such a strong connection. And I was so scared because I was like, I just recently broke up with a 3-year fling with a
3-year
situationship.
fling?
Yeah, a 3-year
I'm
situationship.
going on 3 years too, so that means that there's hope around the corner.
Yes, there is hope. But I just ended a 3-year situationship, and I was just like looking to have some fun and like kind of test the waters out. So when I met Daniel, I was like, this is too soon. Too soon. This isn't supposed to happen. You're really cool. And I ghosted him for like about a month.
Ooh.
Wow.
I love that you admitted that though.
I know.
Thank you.
And I was like, you know what? You're really awesome, but it's too soon. I'm not ready. You know, I just got out of a relationship, and it was like the stars were aligned though, and it was Thanksgiving. I was fully stuffed and full from turkey and mashed potatoes.
Okay, from turkey and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Got
I was
it.
stuffed from food.
Thank you for clarifying.
And And then I reached out back to him. I was like, hey, what are you doing? What's going on? Where have you been?
He's like, where have you been?
Exactly, and that's exactly what he said. And then the rest is history. We've been together for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Married for 4.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And we have a beautiful life together. We have a house that we bought. And
wow, you're like a full-time adult.
Yeah.
I've adulted so
Wow.
fast within the last like 5 years.
Okay.
It's insane.
Yeah,
It's
like-
really scary.
I know, I'm like, that's around the corner. I
I
just
know.
turned 24, so I'm like basically 30. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I like need-
Basically 30.
Yeah,
Oh
I'm
my
like in my
God.
mid-20s. So I'm like, oh,
You're
that
just
adulting.
getting started. You're just getting
Yeah.
started, girl.
That
Come
You're
on.
still
adulting
producing
is coming
collagen.
around.
Right.
I hate you.
She's still producing collagen. I can't.
Does that like stop at a certain point?
Yes.
Like,
Hello.
Oh.
Yes.
you're all great.
My friend is a doctor, and she said you stop producing collagen at 25.
Yep.
So I got like 9 months. See,
Enjoy
I'm
it.
basically 30.
Enjoy it, babe.
Proves my
Get
point.
those supplements.
Yeah.
Start those supplements.
I'm super curious. You said that while your clients are on the chair, what are some dating things or advice that you've learned throughout that?
Oh my God. Okay, so I have a lot of clients that are like in high school and college, so they love to tell me all of the drama that they go on. So we're always looking at their Snapchat streaks. And
Snapchat streaks.
I'm so behind.
oh my gosh. So with my kids, I call them my kids, they are hopelessly in love with these guys, you know, or girls or whoever. And I love to tell them, like, you know what, just enjoy it. They suck. They're gonna suck. They're young, but just have fun. You know, it's one of those things where they're both trying to get to know their own love language. So I'm like, figure it out. You know, trial and error. Test them out. Test that one out. Test him
Test them
out.
all.
Test them all out.
Test
you
them
know,
all out.
you gotta
Free samples.
Exactly. And I love to tell them, you know, like it's all fun, you know, but when their hearts get broken, I'm there with them. I'm like, he sucks. Where does he live? I'll egg his house. I'll call my cousin and be like, hey, listen, there's this guy. We gotta get rid of
Call
him.
your cousin.
Yeah. I know a lot of weird people, and I feel like I could help my clients get rid of their ex-boyfriends.
Oh my gosh, I
Just
have to
kidding.
like put your phone number like on speed dial.
Right?
Such
Yeah.
Probably
Support.
like every week. I need you. Oh my
These
gosh.
boys,
I made
you
a new
know?
bestie.
Yeah.
That's it. They're boys. Hence the
Exactly.
word.
These boys, and that's
Yeah.
what I keep telling them. Like, they're boys. So just have fun. And women mature faster.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with only women, my mom and my sister. So I'm proof that women are the best.
Can you tell us, owning your own business, what's one piece of advice you can share?
Go slow. Don't go too fast. Don't put on so much on your plate, because it can get very overwhelming really fast. And when you feel that overwhelmingness like really crashing in, all you want to do is just hide and like eat bread and like watch Gilmore Girls and like not worry about anything. But when you're out of that state of mind, you got to go back to the drama. So my piece of advice is just go slow, take your time. You know, things will fall into place. When we rush things, it gets messy. Don't get cocky. Cocky people make mistakes. And do it right or do it twice.
So adulting, it isn't easy at all. What do you do when you fumble? How did you get out of that?
I have a really amazing therapist.
Me too.
She is so great. I love her. She cuddles me when I need to be cuddled, but she snaps me out of it
Oh,
when
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
when she needs to shake it out of me.
And mine's a he. That's
Oh,
interesting. how
I
we
love
both
that.
flipped.
Yeah. I feel more comfortable talking to a girl, a woman. I feel more vulnerable. I think as a gay man, I can relate a little bit more. And I don't feel judged, you know? Especially being a minority, you know, Mexican gay. And I feel like my therapist helps me out with everything, with getting everything out in the open. And that's how I talk to her. I text her. I'm like, what do I do? She seriously is like a life coach, a business advisor, and like one of the girls, you know? We can talk shit. Our like sessions first start with like 20 minutes of me talking about her hair and how amazing it is and pro tips on what to do better. And then we go into the nitty gritty.
What would you say to people who are afraid to go to therapy?
Oh, I would be like, it's gonna be hard. It's uncomfortable, you know? It took me 6 months to really open up to her. But I was really consistent and I was really trusting. It's hard to trust, you know, especially when you want to be vulnerable. So people that are afraid of therapy, I say, try it. Take it for a spin. You know, you may be surprised. After my third session, I like cried my eyes out because I didn't know that just talking out loud and getting all of those thoughts in, even if they don't make any sense, you know, they're there to just listen. And even if I'm not making sense and I'm just getting it out, I feel so much better.
Tell me on your thoughts about the beauty standards. Like, what does it mean to be a woman?
Oh God, I feel like right now to be a woman is so powerful, you know? This is the time to be. And I feel that with all of these great opportunities and even with fashion, like we're really pushing the envelope. Like at the Oscars, I love that I've been seeing this very like Cher 60s haircut with like a very short like cut, very Vidal Sassoon. I love that that's coming back in and that women are able to take that risk and have it be okay because, you know, 10, 20 years ago, you know, there was a mold that we all had to be a part of. And now I feel like that mold is breaking a little slowly but surely.
Yeah.
But I feel like right now in the beauty industry, like sky's the limit, you know? Reach for the stars.
Luis, what is your pro hairstyling tip? I need to know.
Pro hair styling tip, heat protectant. Always use a heat protectant no matter what. If your hair is wet, use a little leave-in with a heat protectant, or if it's dry, a good spray. If you are tying your hair up, I do recommend a silk scrunchie, not an elastic because it tends to have too much tension. It's a little too strong. And especially if you color your hair, it can get fragile and snap and break, and then I have to heal it and break it and take out all my lotions and potions.
He's like the hair doctor.
He's a healer, yeah.
Literally, let me prescribe you guys some good school. I'm gonna prescribe you guys some school. Shampoo, conditioner, oil, and a leave-in.
Oh,
Perfect.
thank you for
With
that.
all of that, you're set up for success.
That was good advice.
Thank you. You need school. We all need a little school in our life.
I'm coming to see you at your salon, so we need to go, Cass.
I can't wait.
Luis, thank you so much for coming on Stall Talk. We're so happy to have you in the girls' bathroom stall.
I love being here. And I'm so happy I got to powder my nose with you guys.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, that is super cute. Powder my nose.
So did you love my Luis?
He was what
fabulous.
a cutie pie. He's adorable.
Right?
Very
and
sweet.
he's like, and he's so much more than a guy that does hair. I mean, listening to all the things of advice that he had, right? I mean, but as he says, he's the first one that I ever heard that says he's a hairapist. And it's like, yeah, isn't that the truth?
I totally relate to that.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you guys had tons more questions than just about hair. So what was some of your favorite takeaways?
Honestly, I feel like when I'm in the salon, it's not as like intimate how it is here, because you know how there's like all those rows of chairs and there's like a ton of people in there. So it's never been like a space that I have a Hairapy session. But I think that's so cool that he provides that at his salon.
I think the safety element is a huge thing when it comes to vulnerability. If you don't feel safe, you're not really going to open up. But I get it.
Exactly.
That kind of setup in the salon is a bit intimidating.
It
so-
is. There's like a ton of people in there, so I normally just on my phone the whole time
Fair enough.
and listening to other people.
Because
Yeah.
I know that it is, because I go to their salon.
you do.
I was so lucky that I met them, he and Daniel. And so I've been seeing them for like, I don't know, 5, 6, 7 years or something. But they are all about that they, as he has even taught me, he said, he has a term, he said, your hair is your crown. And so it's so important for women. I think for men too, right? Men have real big hang-ups about their hair. I mean, hair from way back when, the time of Caesar and everything, it's always been a big deal, right? And they put a lot of passion into it, and they want your hair, just like you, Ivanna, as a stylist. You want the person to feel comfortable and to shine, right? Isn't that what you do even as a stylist, is you want, you explain it, that you want their insides to be like their outsides. What do you say?
I guess for me, it's always about making that person feel like that they're enough.
Oh.
Like there's a lot of, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm not feeling confident, or I'm not feeling good enough. And so I think for me, if I'm making them feel like they're enough or they're confident, then everything else I do after that, styling wise, is like the cherry on the top.
How do you bring that out of people?
I feel like I have this innate sense of like intuitively feeling when they're not feeling a certain kind of way or they're not feeling confident. And so for me, it's like giving them that safety. And experiencing that myself, like in the past when I've had those moments of feeling self-doubt or not good enough, I guess I know what that feeling's like. And so for me, it's like I can provide that safety even just through a conversation. And
That's
then,
really cool.
yeah, anything after that is a bonus. But if they've got that trust in me, it's a trust thing, huge, especially with hair. Like if I go to someone and get my hair done and they do not know what they're doing, immediately I'm like, what have I done? How do I get out of here? It's like exit stage left.
Oh, because even with that said, now that I'm thinking of it as a wardrobe, you can take off. But if you go in there
And get your hair botched.
and
I've had my hair botched over the years from certain hairstylists, like the wrong color, the wrong haircut, and having big curly hair. It's like you don't want to stuff that up. So.
And because I've had my hair burnt off like 4 times in my life, because I know this and I know what will burn it is I have a lot of hair, but my hair is really fine, thin strands, and so it can't take heat. You can't put me under the dryer, and also being in show business, I can't get it done too often. As you guys know, when I'm home, I wear no makeup and I don't do anything with my hair. I take care of it, And so, that is different, huh? You go into, but that's sad when you said that when you go to a salon and you're just on your phone getting your hair done, that I'm so used to having this wonderful experience because I'm with them. So their salon is set up like bedrooms and a living room, and so it's
cute.
like it's really, there's flowers. They have flowers delivered every week, and his mom is the receptionist. Daniel's mom is the receptionist.
We have to go.
I mean, they have a kitchen and they have goodies everywhere.
It's like
and
a house party.
Right.
It is. It's like, and again, Cass, I really appreciate, because I know that you've had it a little bit rough the past few weeks and stuff, being with your living conditions, your rental situation. And you said that even last week, you weren't here, Ivanna, but Cass came and she was feeling bad, like at the very beginning. But as we got into it, this was her safe, warm, wonderful place, right?
That's how it's supposed to be.
And that's how it's supposed to be. And that's how it is for Stall Talk. But if you find the right people around you.
Yeah, it's everything. It's everything. If you don't have the right safety net of people around you, like it will affect you.
And that's even going back to your career, is that if you have, gosh, Cass, if we had a great hairstylist and a great fashion designer, which we have now, the world's your oyster. I don't know.
I mean, you're kind of set if you've got makeup, hair, styling, all of that figured out. That's good, because all of that is also a therapy session as well at the same time, if you ask me.
And yet, at the end of the day, are we being correct or right in that we do put such value in those things? Do you think you know what I'm saying?
That's a really good question.
It's kind of heavy, right?
But I feel like that's how we were, in a way, brought up as women.
Yeah, but it's also a form of ultimate self-expression. Absolutely. I mean, if you're like feeling good with all those elements, I mean, you're feeling fully self-expressed, right?
See, she put a positive light on it, right? From what I was saying, because I was saying like, oh, should we really just be judged by her outside? And yet, I know that for myself, even when I'm not dressed up and I'm dressed up in my barn clothes and everything else, I still take pride in. At least I'm clean.
That's still a vibe.
I still smell good. I'll have donkey shavings in my head, but I still, if the
What are
landscapers-
donkey shavings?
they're stall shavings. So they're pieces of, you don't know what shavings are when you go to a stall. Okay, whenever you're in an animal stall, a person that has a beautiful animal stalls, as I do, this stuff's important to me. Ivanna's looking at me
No,
like,
I'm like,
she's
what
on
is
drugs.
it? No, I'm learning so much today between Luis and now Jenilee's donkey shavings. I am
What is
learning
that?
a whole lot.
This is
love
a new word that
this-
she's teaching us.
Oh,
donkey
the smell
shavings.
of donkey shavings in the morning. Anybody
What
that knows
is
the animals, shavings are pieces of wood. So mine are pine or even cedar shavings. So they're little pieces of wood, but it's not chips.
Like
it's
when
like,
you have a hamster? Like,
yes,
Okay.
similar, but.
I remember I had like pet rats and hamsters.
So just imagine I have a stall with a really big pet hamster, but it's a donkey.
This is great. I'm learning so much.
Oh God! So Ivanna, also looking at you, and you in your business, how do you personally just stay so beautiful? Yeah.
Jenilee.
Yeah.
Firstly, thank you.
Oh, absolutely, girlfriend. But how do you do it when that's your job for others? How do you do it for yourself?
How do I stay beautiful inside and out?
Sure.
Firstly, keeping my spirit clean,
Okay.
How do you
energetically.
do that?
Everything from diet to health and wellness to mindset, but really going internally and getting good with my soul and myself. It's pretty deep. But I think after another 4 months have just gone by of doing some very intense work, I feel like I've been purging energetically even more so. We're going to get super deep, but that shows on the outside.
It does show.
And-
I'm telling you, you look the best today that I've seen you in a long time. You're just radiating. You
Don't
are.
make me cry.
And it's true. And oh my gosh, and Miss Glamour next to me, Cass, she's lost 60 pounds.
I can see how
She's
incredibly
like,
beautiful she's looking, Gloria.
Oh my gosh. And she's so talented and smart. And that's what we do here on Stall Talk is we're trying to always give everybody something to learn, which I think we learned a lot today and something to share. And for everybody, all our Stall Talk babes, just keep coming back every week and
Yeah.
we're only getting better.
Trending up, trending down.
What?
It's that time of the week, trending up and trending down. For this week, Forever 21 might not be so forever. I don't know if you guys heard the news, but Forever 21 is closing all of its stores. That was like an iconic store for me growing up, so it's really interesting to see what it's gonna be like now. But you might as well go in and get them sales while they're hot. Let's talk about it in the comments. That's all for me for trending up and trending down.
So thanks so much for listening and watching.
Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe on all social media platforms. Bye, guys. See you next week.
Bye.